Elmer Dayton here with the individualistic journalist news here today. I'm here thankfully with our great sheriff of the BCSO. I'll allow him to introduce himself.
Yes, my name is Paxton Jennings.
Well, nice to meet you, Paxton Jennings. Could you explain to the viewer here what exactly is the Blaine County Sheriff's Department's main goals?
Our main goals is to obviously arrest people who commit crimes, and then also do community policing. That would be having events, actually reaching out to people, and instead of just throwing them in Bolingbrook, offer assistance in any way we can to the best of our ability. Um, and just being there for the public. Whether you're a criminal or not, we all make up Blaine County, and I'm just here to help the citizens of this great state.
That is fantastic to hear. So today is your first day actually having interviews open and people coming here to maybe join your, I guess you could say family or your department here. Um, what would make this department a better choice for someone rather than say LSPD?
Well, up here at the sheriff's department, we focus on doing the job and doing it correctly. Um, we're not going to catch everyone, people are going to get away with things, but if we can do it right and do everything the right way as it should be, and not to throw shade, but not get sued constantly, that's our goal. Um, we're here to stop crime to our best ability. There's only so much we can do about that, but as long as we do the job right and don't infringe people's rights, that's our main goal.
Fantastic to hear. So, since there is a different department, the LSPD, how do y'all usually work in tandem with them?
The way it usually works, obviously, if, for instance, if they're pursuing a vehicle and it comes to the county, we're not just going to take over completely or anything like that. They kind of just give us a fair warning so we know what's going on. So if, something hits the fan, or, we're like, why are they up here? It's notified to us of why. Um, if we do need their help, for instance, if, we're short staffed and, we need help like at Evangelicos or something, we'll just hop on the radio channel, and we'll make sure the air is clear, not just go over there and start hogging up all their radio traffic, and ask for some assistance, and they pretty much do the same.
Yes, of course. Going back to these interviews that are now open today, how many individuals will y'all try to be hiring today?
I would love to get at least in between 5 or 10 individuals. We are looking for distinct individuals, people who are knowledgeable and skilled and actually willing to learn. Um, Obviously, there's going to be people who come in for interviews who don't have much LEO knowledge, but if you show you're willing to learn, that's going to be a big stepping stone for moving forward in this department.
And for the people who don't know, could you kind of give us a slight rundown of maybe your leadership here in this sheriff's department?
Yes. So my undersheriff is Tommy Tickleberry. Uh, I then have three chief deputies, one being Eric Thompson, one being Moxley Johnson, and one being Grob Blar. Um, all these people play a major role in this department, uh, especially when it comes to Grob. Grob is ahead of all the trainings. Obviously, once we get built and have FTOs, they'll host trainings too. But he's going to make sure these training manuals are up to date, um, along with SOP. Mr. Eric Thompson is going to be doing our general patrol operations, so he'll be updating SOP. You know, things come into the city, via legal activity. He'll keep units up to date on that, and etc. And right now, Moxley Johnson is just helping with court cases.
Well, that is fantastic to hear. Now that everyone may not have known that, it's good for people to know who leads this department. I have entire faith in all of them individuals that you listed. I will close off on one final question. What kind of background do you and some of your other leadership rolled officers have with leadership? What kind of experience y'all have with leadership or police work in general?
Well, I actually helped build the LSPD as a chief. I started off as a chief of police down there. Same with Mr. Eric Thompson. Uh, Mr. Grob Blar and Tommy Tickleberry, they started off a little farther down the road, about a couple months into the department being functional. And then they worked their way up. Grob worked his way up to a captain before coming to BCSO. And Tommy Tickleberry worked his way up to sergeant. He actually should have been a captain, but was a sergeant at the time. Done multiple roles in being, uh, or multiple leadership roles. They've been primary on major scenes, for instance, hostage situations, barricaded suspects, etc. Mr. Thompson, he mainly focused on subdivisions. I actually helped him build the major crime unit down there, and he also built AMU, so that's Air and Marine units. So he came up with training procedures for that and courses and etc.
Well, that is fantastic to hear. Well, I have no further questions. I thank you for answering the questions that I asked. I'll give you a minute here to tell whatever you'd like to the camera for the viewer to know.
I just want people to know what I said in my campaign. We've already been working forward to. Um, we've already had been to one city council meeting, and they're supposed to be uh, finding a manager to run the apartment complex up in Polito, across from the Polito Bank, as there's no living up here. There are a lot of people who work up here, people who work for U-Tool, these 24/7s, and also do a lot of trucking, which is up out of Polito, and they have no living. So the mayor's office is supposed to be working on that sometime soon, as it was approved. Um, but I'm just here to do my job and interact with the community. I want to have good interactions. I do plan on uh, sometime at the beginning to middle of next month hosting our first community event with the public. Believe it's probably going to be some type of car show and or slash drag race at the Sandy Airfield, with getting businesses involved such as Hornies and Vinny's Vineyard for food, sponsorships from Big T's for upgrades, etc. Get these businesses, some work and uh, get them involved within the community.
That right there is a fantastic thing to hear. Well, I thank you for that too, and I thank you for this interview. And I thank you for having us here in your lovely police department here today, Sheriff Paxton.
Yes, I appreciate y'all stopping by. If you ever need anything, always have an open door policy. And if not, you can call me via the advertisements. If I don't answer, just shoot me a text message.
That is great to hear. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And viewers, remember that if you have any problems, make sure to go to the Blaine County Sheriff's Office.